Work on your business, not in your business. The only way to grow your business is by delegating. And in this video, I'm gonna teach you exactly step-by-step how to take your business to $10 million where it doesn't need you. And the only way to do it is to duplicate yourself, literally make a copy and paste version of yourself so that there's 2 of you and there's 3 of you. No, actually, the right way to do it is to replicate your knowledge into systems and processes so that we can teach other people and we can hire those who actually know more than us. So I'm gonna show you step-by-step how to do that. All right, so about 15 years ago, I was on a mission to become a general contractor, all right? And I had an intention to become a GC. And while I was a superintendent running the field, doing, running jobs, I ended up getting, connecting with one of our drywall subs. And for a year, he was trying to recruit me. He's like, Daniel, come to my business. I have a $20 million vision. He was like this 6'4" Uruguayan guy, framer. He was a drywall sub. And I thought that, he's telling me he has a $20 million vision. He must be doing a few million already where he's trying to take it to the next level. Little did I know that there was a small little tiny mom and pop shop. They were giving labor to other bigger drywall companies. And when I came in, to be honest, I was like kind of nervous. But me and him, we really got together to grow the business. Like, how do we get leads? How do we grow the business? Like, how do we set up the operations? All that stuff. Because at the end of the day, when you're growing a business, it's not just about leads and sales. It's leads, sales, estimating, it's hiring people, it's your operations, it's your HR, it's your paperwork, it's your shipping tickets, it's your money, it's your accounting. It's so many things. And to be honest, as a business owner, and this is not just construction, but this is business owner stuff in general, we want to do everything ourselves. And we fool ourselves because we think that nobody can do what we do. So what happened here? So we started creating these systems and processes, standard operating procedure. Whenever you hear me say the word SOP, it's a system or a standard operating procedure, okay? Because at the end of the day, in your mind, you don't realize this, but in your mind, you have a system. You have a system that you follow of doing something, and you have a critical thinking ability that you have to transfer that to somebody else. And here you got 2 options. A, you can hire somebody that's been there, done that, and knows how to do it already. Or B, we can recruit and hire and train these guys so that we can replicate your systems and process into somebody else. Now, how could we do that? The only way to do it is you gotta get what's in your brain and you gotta standardize it. So there's a few departments and there's a few very important systems that we are gonna have to tackle, all right? And I'm gonna cover that right now. All right, but before we tackle it, put in the comments, what is your biggest struggle in your business? What is it? Go ahead and put in the comments below. By the way, by putting in the comments below, it helps me give you better content. So put something there. All right, so if you wanna really grow your business, I want you to think of yourself as like, this is you, right? Boom. And there's 5 parts of you. Each one of your expertises, we're gonna apply to basically multiply yourself. We got leads, estimating, sales and follow-up. We got project management. We got bookkeeping and accounting. We got field supervision. We got recruiting and training and being a business owner. Because at the end of the day, these are the tasks and the duties that have to get done, but somebody has to orchestrate. So I want you to think like air traffic controller. And if you don't have somebody that's an air traffic controller, that's like a central hub that's managing the operations, your business is gonna fail. Maybe not fail, but it is gonna have struggles. And you're always gonna be stuck working 6 days a week, working 70-hour weeks, never having a break, missing your kids' football, baseball games because you're always on a mission. And you're always gonna be behind on bid dates, missing bid dates. And we actually did an internal study where most contractors are missing out on at least between $200,000 and $500,000 a month in potential revenue every month because you're too busy. Why do I say that? Because if you're busy doing business owner stuff and you're not bidding more jobs, then those are jobs that you could have won that you didn't win. So in your mind, you think like, oh, it's gonna be expensive to hire somebody or to hire an estimating company or to like get leads from a company or whatever it is. You might think like, oh, it's so expensive. But when you look at the expense of by not doing these things, it's actually way higher. I want you to think of it like that. All right, so let's start off with system number 1, your leads system. I can't stress this enough that the leads is part 1, is the first pillar of your business. You need leads coming in the door. Now, how do we do it? You got to get more leads. And how do you get more leads? And I talk about it in this video right over here. I can actually show you step by step how to get leads instantly right over here. So in a lot of cases, like for example, when we work with our clients, we work with GCs and we work with subcontractors. When we work with subs, our main target is on the commercial side, we're helping subs get GC clients. On the GC side, now here's the thing, GC leads are really hard because you have to go do the in-person stuff because the people that are gonna hire you are typically owners, business owners, right? And then architects are gonna be a great resource for you to build relationships with because they can refer you and they're, whatever they say goes basically. So like these architects work with owners, business owners or homeowners for months and months designing their project, and at the end of the process, the owners typically ask them, hey, do you know somebody that can build this? And if you have a good relationship with these architects, they're gonna refer you. If you're a subcontractor, your primary commercial resource, it's gonna be GCs, general contractors. So you need a way to get in with them. So one of the things that we do is on our sub side, we research local GCs and we start calling the manual old school way to do it. Now, this is something that you can do yourself, but this is how we do it. We call them up, we go to Google, we research through some different platforms that we have online, local general contractors, and we start calling them. Hey, can we get on your bid list? Hey, what projects do you have coming up? And we just do the old school PR stuff. Nothing fancy. This is something that you can do. The downside of that is it's super freaking time consuming. And if you're a business owner, you're freaking busy. So that's why we have this service, because we can do it for you. So I'll put a link right over here where you can set up a meeting with me and my team. The other way to do it is to do it yourself, and I can teach you how to do it in my 8-Figure Contractor Academy, which I'm gonna put a link over here somewhere, and I'm also gonna put it in the description, where we teach you step by step how to use the lead platforms, how to do it the free way, the manual way, basically how to get in with these contractors, with these GCs. That's the manual way. Now, you have to delegate that. If you want to grow your business, you can't do that part. Like, you can do that part in the beginning, but you have to delegate that to somebody else. You got to hire somebody in your office, or you got to do it yourself in the beginning so that you can win some jobs. So it's like a 2-part. Now you got to go into number 2, which is estimating. You got to get the leads and you got to bid the job, right? Estimating is by far the most consuming part of a contractor's life. Most people, what they do is they go to work 7 o'clock in the morning, they go supervise the jobs, they do all the construction stuff, supervision stuff. Then they come back at like 4 or 5 o'clock, take a quick shower, get on the kitchen table and open up the old school plans, or get on the computer and start clicking buttons away. Who the heck wants to live a life like that? Like, that's a terrible way to live. This is why in our systems and processes and SOPs that are in my 8-Figure Contractor program, I teach you how to overcome all this stuff, because my goal, like, we all got into business to enjoy our business, to make more money, to be business owners, not to be slaves to our self-employed job. We don't want that. That sucks. For that, just go back to work somewhere else and don't, So you got to estimate the jobs. And typically most projects take 8 hours, 16 hours. If you're doing big stuff, it could take way more time. If you're a GC, you're responsible for 20 trades. That's a lot of estimating. Most GCs get proposals from subs. If you're doing the estimates, it's very time consuming. It just takes a really long time. So this is probably, if I had to choose, estimating is probably the first thing that I would outsource. Not outsource, but I would delegate. The word is delegate. So delegating is either A, you can hire somebody. What I have found though is most really good estimators are a little bit introverted. They're more engineering minded. They're not really good. Typically architect minded people are not really that great because they're too artsy. Construction management guys, listen, I'm not saying not to hire a construction management major, but those guys, they get like one course on estimating, and they get like they know a tiny itty bitty bit about everything. They know how to use like the softwares and stuff, but they don't know anything. Like, they don't know anything for real. So these guys are going to come out of school and they're going to want like $70,000 a year to help you with your project management and with your estimating or whatever, but they don't know how to do anything. You're literally still going to have to teach them like you would a brand new person. So if it was me and I was hiring somebody brand new, I would just hire some guy and give them a decent salary, a starter salary, and train them up. That's what I would do. I wouldn't recommend hiring a newbie for estimating. This is a high level, technical, critical thinking, experience required position, because you're not going to know if you're going to lose money on a job until 6 months when you're into the job and you're losing money. You're not going to know that. So you really have to you have to lean on a lot your estimator. So 2 options here. A, I would either hire a $100,000 a year guy, or B, I would use an estimating firm. So like, we're an estimating firm. We're a licensed general contractor. We carry an errors and omissions insurance that covers all of our projects. Long story short, if you need that estimating support, you can't just hire a $9,000 a month guy or a $10,000 a month guy, which is typically what a salary would be for $100,000 and $120,000 right off the bat. So now put in the comments below, can you hire a $100,000 guy right now? Like, do you guys have the cash flow? Put in the comments, let me know. The solution here is you can use an on-demand service. Like, one of our services we offer is an on-demand estimating service. So we can bid per project. So if you need, you have a ground up and you need a bid by in 2 weeks, literally you just submit the plans, get a quote, click a button, pay, boom. And in 2 weeks or in a week and a half, you're going to have your bid. And then you have somebody like me or one of my team members, one of my estimators that can go over the estimate with you. We can jump on a call with your client, your architect, your owner, your GC, whoever it is, and help you bid that job, help you secure that job. So that's one of the services that we offer. The other services, we can estimate on a subscription. So for those of you that are serious, we can put you on one of those. But anyways, long story short, you got to get somebody to do your bids. And now, word of caution, warning. Don't get tempted to use like a Fiverr guy or an Upwork guy or one of these freelancers that are overseas, because at the end of the day, you really need somebody that knows how to do a real accurate takeoff and really accurate pricing, because that's very critical. Because like I said, you could be in the middle of a job and be losing money and you're screwed. You got to finish the contract. Like, your client's not going to be like, oh, you messed up, well, here's more money. They're not going to do that. So it's really important that whoever does your estimating, whoever it is, whoever you choose, make sure you vet them, make sure they're legit, make sure you talk to them over the phone. A lot of these guys, like, they won't even talk to you over the phone. They require everything through chat and email because they don't even speak English sometimes. So whatever, that's my rant. So just be real careful there. Then number 3 is the sales and the follow-up. So once you bid the jobs, your job just started. So now you need to follow up. So now there you can easily delegate somebody to follow up. And it doesn't have to be you. You can literally get a virtual assistant that speaks really good English. You can get your kids. You can get an office administrator or admin person. You can get like a secretary that literally all they do is, hey, we bid a job, 3 weeks ago. I just want to get an update. Oh yeah, nothing yet. Boom. 3 weeks later, hey, we bid a job. Can I get an update? Oh, nothing yet. 3 weeks later, hey, hey, we bid a job 3 weeks ago. Can I get an update? Actually, it looks like we're about to get the contract where, we have a verbal, boom. And the secretary will tell you, hey, this one looks like it's a hot lead. Like, let's jump on it. And then you as the business owner, boom, you do need to have someone that's appointed to run that department. So in the beginning, like I said, all these people are you right now, but our goal is in this order: leads, estimating, sales, project management, all that in this order. You want to free up yourself and your time. All right, the next one is project management. So the next one is you need somebody for your project management department. So once you start getting a lot of jobs with all this estimating and leads and everything you're doing, somebody needs to manage those projects. So in the beginning, it's you, but this is the one rare case that you can go hire a construction management major or someone in construction school or someone that likes it, because at the end of the day, you could teach contracts, change orders, and RFIs. And what's good is that these young guys like me, hinted, don't let the bald head fool you. These young guys, they're very computer, they're very techie. So like you can give them a software and be like, oh, look, here's Procore, or here's like Sage, or here's like Oracle, or here's whatever software you use. Here's the program, and here's a YouTube video on how to use it. And they're like, boom, and they learn how to do it. And then all you got to teach them is, this is a contract. This is what you got to look for. This is how you look for exhibit A. This is how you write a schedule of values. Boom, boom, boom. All that stuff is teachable. I also teach all this in my 8-Figure Contractor Academy. So if you want me to train your people, that's an option for you, and you get a 14-day free trial. All right, and then next is the bookkeeping and accounting. So this is your money. So up to this point, you're managing your money. Your wife is managing your money. Somebody's managing your money. You really need to delegate and assign one key person that's gonna look at your QuickBooks. They're gonna look at your shipping tickets. They're gonna match invoices. They're gonna make sure your payment applications are submitted on the 20th of every month. But a lot of contractors, they miss that 20th window or 22nd of the month window because they're so busy. And then when the 30th comes around, they're like, oh, let me submit my billings. And they get that email back from the GC saying, oh, I'm so sorry, you missed the window. We'll go ahead and process this application in the next cycle. And you're like, no, now I gotta wait another 30 days for this money. Terrible. So appoint somebody for your money. Next is field supervision. The right structure is you want a general superintendent to run your operations, right? The full thing, like you never have to go to the job site. I have a client of mine in Arizona. He is the primary shareholder for his business, and he has 2 business partners, and one of the partners, his full job is to run the field. Okay, so my client, his name is Matt, he doesn't ever go to the field unless he wants to see it. Could you, now let me ask you this, could you wait and not go to the job site, or will the job site like crumble? So why do I say that? Because if you get back the field, if you don't have to go to the field, a lot of times that's like 90% of your time. So in certain cases, depending on, again, everybody's case is different. When I do my consulting, in a lot of cases, what I do is I get the person that needs that field covered, and I go move that up to number 1. And number 1, instead of getting leads first and estimating, we focus on getting that field taken care of and then everything else, because in a lot of cases that gets you back like 80 or 90% of your time. So you want your general super that's going to run the whole field operation, and then as you grow and you get more jobs, now you can get a super or an assistant super. He gets trained up by the general, and then boom, now you release them to a job, and then another job, and then another job. And then like that, you could start growing your business. And what happens now, you can see who's good and then promote them where now they can run other crews. So now you can start scaling up. Now, again, you typically don't scale up until you're doing a few $1 million, but we have to prepare the way to do all this, which is why I'm teaching you. And lastly, number 7 is recruiting and training. So you do need to recruit and train staff. Project managers and field guys, and if you're a subcontractor, you got to recruit and train framers and hangers and finishers and plumbing, pipe fitters and whatever it is. You got to recruit these guys and train them. So this guy Matt that I talked about, he actually gave us a full, in my 8-Figure Contractor program, he did a full training recently where he taught us how he's recruiting and training these guys. So he's the majority shareholder, and he has one partner that he does the field, and then the other guy, his job is to recruit and train new plumbers. So he goes out there, recruits them, interviews them, meets with them, puts them to the test. If they're good and they pass the test, then he takes them to the next level, and they have a 16-week curriculum where they're teaching them. So long story short is you can do this too. You need a way to scale up your operations. In a lot of cases, one of the things that I've done in the past, that we did in the past, was we would go to other job sites and find framers, hangers, finishers, painters, people that are doing work already, and say, hey, you have a business card? You have a business card? And we would recruit them and get them in the field. And sometimes we would pair them up with experienced people and like fine tune their skills. And then like that, American people, a lot of them don't like physical labor. This is the truth. So what you're gonna find is a lot of people that come from like other countries, whether they're here legally or not, a lot of those guys are the ones that are doing the construction work nowadays. All right, so if you wanna work with us, if you think this is valuable and you want a way to grow your business, we have a few different options. I've literally thought of everything, or my team and I have thought of everything. We have our do-it-yourself version, which is our 8-Figure Contractor Academy, where if you want to grow your business and you want to train up your team and you want to learn through the videos and through our weekly coaching call, you can join that. Right now, it's 14 days trial, free to join. You can test it out, see if you like it, and then it's $97 a month at the time of this recording. I don't know what it's going to be in the future. Or if you want to get on one of our higher tier stuff like our leads program, our estimating program, we basically have our leads program, our estimating, we have on-demand estimating, we have a bunch of stuff that we can support you. So if you're not sure, what I advise you is set up a call with me and my team. You're going to see a link in the description. Or if you just want to say like, listen, I want to join your weekly calls and I want to start learning from your video and your membership site, your 8-Figure Contractor Academy. I'm going to put a link in the description for that too. So let's grow your business. And if not, go ahead and watch this next video on some other amazing thing that I don't know what the video is about right now because I haven't thought about it, but some other way to grow your business in construction. So let's go.